morning, so welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for the concert that I'm going to see tonight, which is the Vamps. All the makeup products that I'm going to be using are the original ones that I used from years ago, because the tour I am going to see is an anniversary tour. All of which will be linked in the description box below and are all drugstore, so if you're thinking about getting your hands on some of these yourself, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with my foundation. All this time ago, can you believe it guys, that Meet the Vamps is now 10 years old. That is a long time. So what I'm going to be doing is I wanted to revisit some of the products that I used back then, because why not? And a lot of these I might not have used on my channel before, so at least you guys get to see an insight of some of my old favourites. Some of these products I do have more videos coming up featuring these, but so at least you'll be getting a bit of a head start on what ones I plan on using here, because this brings back so many memories as well. So my favourite song from the entire Meet the Vamps album, I think it's hard to choose because there's been so many and it's such a great album as well. I did a full reaction on the 10th anniversary of the album back in April, so if you would like to give that a watch, it'll be available on my channel. This will also be like the great follow-up as well, because on the anniversary they announced the tour not long after they celebrated the album's anniversary. So I just think that is great, because it is a nice way to celebrate an album that went double platinum in 2020. Just typical that we had to like market when we weren't able to do it together, so at least we get to give it the light of day again. So the concealer I am using is the Rimmel Match Perfection in the shade Ivory. I absolutely love this because it is such a great concealer and it's very compatible as well for travel. So what I would say is, if you're wanting to get a concealer where you just wanted to put it in your clutch bag, or if you, and like anybody who puts their makeup on the train, then this is definitely the concealer for you. The last time I saw the Vamps in Newcastle was 2021 on the rescheduled Cherry Blossom tour, which was their 5th album, and it's still a good album. I know that it's this tour I'm definitely going to be in for a real treat, because it's a lot of people's favourite album. A debut album is probably one of the best albums out there, because you get to revisit a lot of the songs that we might have forgotten about or might not have done for years. Okay, I'm now going to powder myself, so I'm going to use my, where are you? Okay, so the powder I am going to be using is this bad boy here, which is the Rimmel Stay matte. I just have the transparent one, and then I'm just going to be using that to set my concealer and my foundation in place, because I know with the concert, I haven't seen if there are any support acts yet, but I have a feeling we are going to be doing other things before we go to the concert. So whether that be going for a meal, or if we're just going for a couple of drinks, you want your makeup to last most of the evening. So okay, now that I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm going to be livening up my face now. The bronzer that I am using today, I have not used in such a long time, and it's one of my favourite bronzers back then, because when I got into the Vamps I didn't wear a lot of makeup, so I thought like this was a great one to bring back, because lots of memories. And the one I'm using here is a one that you've not seen on my channel, and it is the Bourjois chocolate bronzer. I absolutely love the smell of this. I was like, oh yes, it's like I'm starting to feel hungry now. It started to make me want to crave something sweet, because it also gave me an energy boost, because on Friday night I completed the Great North 5k around my local riverbank. Since we are talking about that, it was the Great North Run today, so if anybody took part in the Great North Run, I would like to say a huge congratulations and well done for taking part however well you have done. It is such an inspiration that to a lot of people, the Great North Run has made a lot of people famous, and whether you've been running because you want to give yourself a challenge, or if you are running for a charity close to my heart, I take my hat off to you. Well done to everybody that took part. When I did the Great North 5k, I done the Great North 5k for the British Heart Foundation. It was a charity that I've it's only like this year I wanted to do something for it, because for a reason that is close to my heart, but I'm going to be keeping that away from the camera. So what I would like to do is I'm raising money to hopefully end heartbreak forever, and hopefully that we can find a cure for heart and coronary diseases and cardiac arrests all over the country. The next product I'm going to be using here is this really nice blush pot, and I've only just come back to this recently, and this is the Bourjois Golden Rose blush. I'm just going to be using this Claire's Accessories blush just to apply this to the apples of my cheeks. I'm not going to do any highlighter today because I didn't wear a lot of highlighter or blusher back then, because I was only just starting to get into makeup, and it was like I didn't necessarily have a lot of money, so I was just trying to keep it minimal, because not everybody needs to wear makeup, because we are pretty just as we are. Okay guys, the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put this lip balm on, and then we're going to go on to my eyeshadow. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing you guys in closer. Okay guys, so the eyeshadow that I'm going to be doing, and this is a one that I have another video planned, and it is going to be another full face of one brand makeup look. So the one that I am using here is the Soap and Glory She's a Natural Face and Eye Palette. Originally this was called the Kick Into Neutrals palette, but it is just recently changed its name, and it's still got the same shade names and the colours inside. Oh, I forgot to prime my eyes, so I'm going to prime my eyelids. You can also use concealer, because I used to use that for a primer, which is just as good if not better. I'm just going to use my finger just to set that. Okay, so the colour I'm going to be going in with here is this first one here, which is called Cafe Away. This is a nice neutral colour, which is very similar to the colour of my eyelid. I'm going to apply that all over my eye area just to help set my primer. And then the shade underneath, I'm going to be packing this all over the lid. This is the colour Culture Chalk. It's a nice play on words, because the real saying is Culture Shock, but I feel like Soap and Glory have got that spot on. And it also makes me think of like sweet stuff. The shades are very resembling of the Too Faced, I think it's the Chocolate Bar palette, but I am allergic to that, so I won't be using that palette. It always makes me think of seeing the Meet the Vamps tour again, because I was just starting to wear eyeshadow, and it's just, I feel like this entire tour is going to make me feel 15 all over again. I also plan on filming bits of the tour, because with it being a celebration, I thought it would be a nice way for you guys, because I haven't done the Meet the Vamps tour on my channel. You guys get to see, or if you've been following the album like I have, you'll get to revisit it, and then you may think, my goodness, things were much easier back then. Okay, so that's my eyeshadow done. I'm just keeping it fairly minimal. I'm going to be using this little mono shadow. I'm just going to be putting that in the corner. This Rimmel Glam Eyes mono shadow. This is in the shade Punchy Taupe. I absolutely love this. I used to wear this all the time when I was at school, because it was a nice neutral shade. At least it was something that I could wear without being told off for wearing makeup. Now that my eyeshadow is done, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of mascara. I'm going to be just going in with this Revolution mascara. I don't like how this is a plastic applicator as well, so I'm just going to be a little bit more gentle, because there is nothing worse than doing your mascara and then stabbing your eye, and it hurts like heck. I think my favourite song off the whole of the Meet the Vamps album, I'm going to do a single, and I'm going to be doing a album track. Favourite single off the album is Last Night, because it is one of these really happy summery songs. It always makes me think of South Shields, which was the song that they opened with last year when I saw them at the South Shields Festival. I didn't record any of that because I wanted to enjoy it, and plus as well I was quite a way back, so there was no guarantee that the view would have been not only good for me, but it might not have been suitable for you guys to see. Favourite non-album track, I would say maybe Another World, because it's one of these songs that you never see or hear much of anymore, and when the Vamps did this on the original tour, it was one of my favourite ones because it made all the hairs on my neck and on my arms stand up, and it was the one where he was on a raised platform playing the piano with just a single spotlight on him. The first half of the song, it was just him and the piano and everybody else singing along, and then as it started to build, the rest of the boys came in with the guitars and everything else, and then behind them you had a moon and stars graphic with a fake full moon and as if you were like flying like a bird through the sky. So I'm hoping that they bring back similar visuals to that. This year it might be a little bit stripped back because it is a smaller venue, whereas the original one was played in an arena, but it would be nice to see if they brought some form of graphics or visual back, because this will definitely bring back lots of memories to fans, old and new. For my lips, I'm just going to be going in with this Gallery Cosmetics lipstick, and this is in the shade Raspberry Crush. I actually wore this lipstick to the meet and greet that I did for the Vamps Wake Up tour, and I'm going to be giving the full story on that in another video. So I mean, when I was sorting through what lipsticks I was going to be wearing for the video, it was just one of them ones where I'm getting them out. I can just picture like days and nights and events that I've worn this to, and this is a really nice raspberry colour. It's not too bold, so it is a great one if you're just getting started in your deep pinks. And this was only £3.99 as well. It was just a cheap one that I got off the makeup bar outside Primark in my local shopping mall, so it would be nice to revisit that sometime and give the products that they sell another shot. Okay guys, so here is the finished makeup look. I absolutely love this because it is a nice natural eyeshadow. A lot of the time when I was seeing the Vamps, I wasn't doing into this whole like smoky eye or adventurous eyeshadows that I am into now, but it just goes to show that I would like to do a bit of a change on my makeup, because at least you get to see what my makeup was like back then when I necessarily didn't film that, because I wasn't into YouTube at the time. It was like when I only started YouTube 5 years ago, so at least this gives you a bit of an insight and a blast from the past from a lot of you guys, because I'm sure it would be nice to see me do how I did my makeup back then compared to now, which I actually did in the summer. I did a 2014 versus now. I do plan on doing some more of those videos in the future, so watch this space for more content relating to some of the older products that I use. In the meantime guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about the Vamps and the Great North Run. If you are going to the Vamps tour yourself, I really hope you have a great time. I'm sure it will definitely be in for a right treat with some of the songs that they will be bringing back, because they've not either done some before, or it would be nice to bring it back after all these years. And I just think all these years, I feel like I've grown up with them, because they're like, I mean, the youngest is they're 26 to 31 now. I feel like they are old enough to be my brothers, and they've helped me so much in my youth, going through school, college, and then to graduating uni, and then finishing my degree, and then helping me get into the world of work. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, hit the bell down below so you're the first to know of any new content. Be sure to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Thanks for watching.